Hey guys, thanks for checking me out again. It's been a little while, but I've got these guys in. It's time to do some reviews. So, just real quick before I get started, I just want to mention that I haven't uploaded in a little while. I've noticed a couple things on my analytics page that YouTube now provides. One is that I'm over 1,000 subscribers now, so that's great. Thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. Just over we got 1,002 subscribers, so that's a big time whoop-de-doo. I'll be giving away Spider Woman here as a kind of a way to celebrate, I guess. I'm not sure how exactly I'm going to do that just yet, but stay tuned for that. I'll be doing another giveaway. I also noticed that this is going to be my 100th video, which I guess seems like it's worth mentioning for some reason. But I also noticed the watch time. The average watch time people spend on my videos is about 2 to 3 minutes, which is a little disconcerting considering pretty much all my videos are about 20 minutes long. I think the thing that kind of differentiates me between most people who do these reviews of these statues and I guess just toys in general is that mine are pretty long, but no one's watching them. I mean, at 20 minutes for the average to be 2 to 3 minutes, that means that they're hopping off the thing real quick. So I'm being drowned out pretty quickly by people doing other people doing Bishoujo reviews now. I think I was the first to upload a Bishoujo review, but I am nowhere near alone anymore, and a lot more people are doing them who have more subscribers and more views and all of that, and they all do shorter reviews. So it kind of seems to me that that's what people really want is, I don't know, brevity is the soul of wit and all that shit. So, if you guys would prefer to see shorter videos, just leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like the long form. I'm thinking about doing shorter ones just because frankly, it'd be easier for me to do. But I'm a little long-winded, and it might not be as easy as I think. Anyway, thank you for watching this, if you've gotten this far into it. So this video is going to be a review for the Jason Bishoujo, but you know that from the title. Anyway, I didn't think I was going to get these guys. Money was tight. And these two and Starfire were looking kind of doubtful, but the situation has changed, and I got Starfire on the way, so that'll be fun. Real blast, right? All right, so Jason. Let's take a look at Jason's box here. It feels weird, honestly, calling a female Jason, but, what am I going to do? I didn't do this. I'm just reviewing it. On the top, we get a kind of cool design here. You have the Jason mask in the top there. That's pretty cool. These packages are actually considerably different. I think Kotobukiya realizes that these are going to appeal to a wider market than their typical Bishoujo statues do, which is probably a smart move. And so they've redesigned the boxes a little bit. They typically don't look like this. You don't get these kind of detailed pictures. It's funny because at least they show the base, but there's nothing to it. It's a green blob that I've assumed thus far is like lake water, but who knows. But shows her with Freddy. It's got a clear back, so you can see the backside of the statue, which is worth seeing. Still same kind of content-wise, I still have the description of the thing here. No explanation as to why they decided to do this. It just basically says that this is Shinya Yamashita's version of Jason, and I am completely down with that. That's all the reasoning I need. And there's the illustration from Yamashita-san. It's great. I think when I seen this, I was like, that is going to make a dope Bishoujo. So, I don't know. I think I like these boxes. I think they should just adopt this now. This is how they all should be. I'm sure it costs them more money, but I don't know. That's what I want. Do it, Koto. Do it. All right, let's go ahead and crack her open. Take a look. So I haven't opened this just yet, and I noticed when I was moving it, I heard a click clack. That's not good. So I found it. It's a little piece of something. I don't know. I'm going to open it up and find out what it is. Seems like something might have broke inside here, but we'll figure it out here in a second. Ah, damn. And there it is right there. The collar on her jacket broke off. That's pretty lame. I think that might be a first. I think it's the first time I've opened a Bishoujo and had it be broken. That's pretty lame. I think I can glue it back on. I'm gonna try to glue it, but that's not very pleasing at all. Okay, well, that didn't go great. I put the piece back in place without glue, and it looked seamless. It really looked fine, but putting the glue on there seems to have taken a little bit of the paint off where the crack was, and this is kind of what I'm left with. Don't look great. A little disappointed, maybe more than a little. Don't really appreciate that. Anyway, not all that noticeable at this point, but that sucks. Okay, so here are the accessories. There's her axe. No blood on this thing. Pretty straightforward. It's got a nice metallic feel to it. It's sculpted well enough. The wood is a little not very much detail in it. Like, you can tell there's wood grain in there, but the paint seems to kind of drown out a lot of that detail. The axe head looks a lot better than the handle does. Then we got the machete. Machete's got blood on it. It's I don't know. It looks like they kind of made it look like it's got some scuffs on it. Looks pretty good, all in all. Handle has kind of almost like a metallic paint to it. Not too bad. The base, she does stand on her own, by the way, which is great. I like when that is possible. So here's the base. Pretty straightforward. There's nothing really nothing to this other than a green blob. It's got a metal plate in there. She's got magnets in her feet. Koto's been doing that with their artifacts line for a little while, so it's nice to see that feature kind of make a transition. Again, I think this is kind of one of the higher profile Bishoujo for them. I'm sure future Bishoujo, just in like that Marvel and DC ones, probably aren't going to do this. It'd be nice. I'd much rather have magnets than pegs, so if we can work that out, Koto. It does have a darker edge to it, the paint, the green paint. Here, let me brighten this up a little bit, see what I'm talking about. Around the edge there. So, okay. She kind of slides around a little bit. Since she's not pegged in, her legs are just sculpted the way they are. Her feet don't really actually sit flush on the ground. There's a little bit of a rock to her. You can see that not that big a deal, really, but if you might see her teeter a little bit with any movement. Let's go ahead and make her dangerous here. No obvious way to put this in. Her hand's more closed than I'm comfortable with forcing this thing into. But I guess that's what you were meant to do, so I'm going to do it. Oh, great. Wow, this is not going well at all. Trying to put her axe in her hand here. I rubbed the paint of her fingertip off. Yes! That's my fault. I shouldn't have done that. Well, that was a little hairy. Most of the time, if Koto has had accessories that characters can hold, there's usually a little more elegant way of them getting hold of them, like they'll come apart, or I don't know. Sometimes they just slip in. There's no obvious way for this to slip in. The box doesn't come with any directions telling you specifically how to do it. Seems simple enough, but I like to think I'm more than a little experienced with these things, and I managed to damage mine slightly. So be aware of that. Be careful when you put this axe in her hand. It might not be a bad idea to maybe put something on there to lubricate it slightly. because that friction took the paint right off the finger there. Alright, so let's go ahead and look at this, the detail of this figure. So I really like the design overall. Again, I don't know what you would compare this to. I don't know what this is supposed to look like. So they kind of had a, they can kind of do whatever they wanted to, really. And so it's interesting to see what direction design will take when, you know, there's not really a standard to live up to or an idea for them to have to meet. So, pretty straightforward. She's just wearing a tank top, jeans, or what used to be jeans, and a coat. The coat's blowing in the wind, as it needs to be for this to be a Bishoujo, if you know what I'm talking about. I gotta say, I'm impressed with the paintwork's done pretty well. The jacket is okay. It's good. Nothing to write home about, I guess. It's textured pretty well. The paint is what you would expect, I guess, for a coat. It's not thrilling, but the paint on the jeans looks really good, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time they've done denim in a Bishoujo, and there's a lot of detail here. It looks great. The all the folds in it, the texture of the paint, it's very matte. The way the paint detail is here and the rips in the jeans, it's done pretty well. Really good looking jeans there. She's also she's very built. Like, you know, she's got this kind of ridiculous six-pack, which I'm down with, frankly. It's fine by me. So let me tone this down a little bit so we can see. Yeah, the contrast in this here is not really great, so I apologize. TV going back and forth between light and dark. But she's put together pretty well. But one thing I didn't really quite notice how thick her thighs are. That's a meaty thigh right there. And the caboose, of course. Didn't really see a whole lot of shots of the backside before release, but looking pretty good. Kind of looks like the Lucy Bishoujo, the Ghostbusters one, where her pants are just chaps now, but looks fine. So she's got some cuts on her. The cuts are not sculpted in; it's just paint. It's just red paint, but a good amount of detail in it. You can see there. Same on her hips and stomach. Presumably from tangling with Freddy, since this is a Freddy versus Jason, or vice versa, however it's supposed to be. I think that's officially the license for this, is Freddy versus Jason, but I could be wrong. And then there's the mask. So let me zoom in on the mask a little bit here. Kind of like this. So the mask is sculpted into her head, not the other way around. It looks like the mask is a complete mask unto itself, and if you were to rip it off her head, it would be a pretty complete mask, and her head would be have a dent in it for space for the mask. Wasn't sure about all of that beforehand. She does have another eye sculpted in underneath that, and it looks like her face sculpt's probably pretty normal. You don't see much of that eye, but it looks like they fully detailed it, and let's see if I can get a decent view of that eye inside there. You can kind of see it there. Anyway, it's a nice touch. Probably didn't have to do that, but well, I guess they really kind of did have to do that if they were going to leave the mask like that, hanging off of her face and not attached to it firmly. I really like it. I think she's a really attractive looking statue, girl, Jason, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about these overall. I think that mask is iconic, and it really does kind of just look like a girl cosplaying Jason, or maybe dressing up as Jason for Halloween or something like that. That's really what it looks like. I don't think anyone see this be like, oh, Jason's now a beautiful woman. No, this is clearly, I think, it conveys the idea that this is a girl dressed up as Jason. So, which is fine with me. Hello. Also the boots. Forgot to show off her boots here. Sorry, my bad. A little out of practice. It's been a while. Alright. Yeah, that denim looks great. He detailed in all the seams for the side of the jeans, the belt loops, all that stuff. Good stuff. Boots are pretty straightforward. Nothing crazy about the boots. They look good. There's the bottom. Looks like they just textured the side here. There's no detail on the bottom, which is fine. So, I don't know, I gotta say I'm a little miffed about the broken collar, certainly, and again, this is my fault, and I'll probably go over that with a little black paint, and that'll take care of that. But you know, if I didn't have black paint, or if I wasn't comfortable putting in a dab of paint there, I'd be kind of PO'd right now. One other thing I noticed is that in the pre-production, pre-release promotional shots, there's more detail in the scratches in Jason's mask here. Here they're sculpted in. The kind of the details of the scratches are kind of gone, given how much paint is on the mask afterwards. But it looks like in the pictures like there's some kind of maybe a darker wash put in those scratches that you don't really see here in the final product. It's not as detailed as you see in those pictures. Also, there are the holes, just in case you can't tell. All the holes in the mask, except for the eyes, are not hollow. They're filled in. They're just painted. I feel like that might be worth mentioning. But, yeah, she is very curvy. She's, you know, about as built as any of Bishoujo has ever been. And I dig the statue a lot. I really like the look of it. I like the fact that she's got a bloody machete and a hatchet over her shoulder, or I guess just a full-on axe. Now, for an iconic character to be represented as something less than identifiable probably means that you've done a bad job, but I don't think that's the case here. I think you can see this is clearly supposed to be Jason. She's got the mask, the machetes, and well, reasonable enough attire. So I say, all in all, good job, Koto. Maybe make the head of the axe come off away from the handle so you can slip the handle in the hand, maybe. Maybe a little more padding in the packaging might be nice. I'm wondering how exactly that thing broke. Since the piece is in the package, it must have broken in the package. So either there's not enough, there's too much leeway in that bubble, that if the package is mishandled or thrown around, that it allows it to slam and break, or maybe the people that are packaging them are tired of their job. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That'll do it for this video. Freddy is next. I'll do her as soon as I can. There's still a couple of other videos I'm waiting to do. Frankly, I've been waiting for my iPhone 6 Plus to be doing any more videos, but that's been delayed, so I'm not going to wait to do those. Hopefully it shows up before I get to do the rest of these. But I do still want to do a video for these this Final Fantasy Play Arts Dragoon and the variant Play Arts Supergirl. So anyway, stay tuned. I got more videos coming. I'll be doing a little run of videos here to kind of catch up. Hopefully Starfire will be soon as well. Be Freddy and Starfire next, I believe. Thanks. Remember to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching this long, and please comment about what you think about the length of the videos. If you prefer them long, if you think, you know, maybe I could wrap it up a little quicker and make it a little more streamlined. Let me know.